We, about a year ago, started the process because our deal with Google was up December 19th of this year. So we started a renewal process to think about who would be the best partner for us moving forward. We talked to a global set of companies, and I think what happened in April of this year was we got very serious in negotiations with a number of companies, and what this new deal allows us to do as we came through July and August was to check all the boxes we need to check from a company perspective at AOL. It allows us to better align our company with Google. The deal going forward is materially better on just about every aspect for us and for Google. So, you know, we've had a decade-long relationship there. This new deal is an expansion of that relationship, adding new areas, but also making the terms of the existing agreement better. So we're incredibly happy. This is a home run day for AOL.
All right, if this is better on all the metrics for AOL, that means that you had some other dance partners you could have gone waltzing off with. So who else is the competition to Google, and why'd you decide to stay with Google?
Sure. So there are a global set of partners who both have algorithmic search as well as search ads and other type of strategic opportunities for us. And we spend a lot of time with other partners, and I'm not going to go into them specifically, but you know, the fact that we got very organized last August about what we needed as a company and our turnaround to be successful, you know, we had a checklist of items we wanted out of the next deal. The Google deal hits all of those checklist items and hits a few more that we didn't have on our list. So the competition was there. It's a very competitive marketplace, and we wouldn't have renewed, you know, months earlier than we needed to if we didn't get the deal we wanted. And I think it's a great deal for us and a great deal for Google.
What's it mean for somebody who is using the internet, maybe using Google in terms of search, maybe going through AOL? How does this all work behind the scenes?
Sure. So as a consumer, you're going to see some very clear things. One is we're going to get a better search algorithmic product from Google, which means as you do searches, you see better results, more of a kind of universal search, which Google has, which we don't have today. That's one. Two is you're going to see expanded ad products. So Google's done a nice job of innovating their search ad products. You're going to see more of those products on AOL. So as a consumer, you actually physically see a better experience there. Second thing as a consumer you're going to see is more AOL content on YouTube. That's part of this relationship as well. And then two is you're going to see AOL and Google search on mobile. So that was not part of the last deal. It is part of this deal, and we're very excited about those two other aspects.
Tim, hope you won't mind me just turning to sort of the broader ad market. We've seen, obviously, when we continue to watch media companies come in with their quarterly results, and at least for us in the TV business, the spot market's looking pretty good. Car makers are back and so forth. Do you see the back half of the year continuing the trend, flattening, reversing partially? What are the next couple quarters going to look like?
Sure. So I this week was out in the Midwest and with some of our big partners in Chicago, and was in California last week. And here's what's happening, which is different. Let me put it in context, last year versus this year. Last year, nobody was planning. People were looking at cutting budgets and those things. This year, when you go to talk to customers, just about everybody's looking at planning. Everybody's looking at moving marketing to digital type, you know, marketing and advertising. So I would expect the advertising business over the next 18 months to continue to get better. And I think you're seeing that in a lot of companies' results when they're reporting. But the underlying trend that you don't see from those results is that customers and agencies, clients and agencies, are actually engaged in heavy planning for the rest of this year and for 2011.
We had Martin Sorrell of WPP Group on in the last couple of weeks, and he said that while things are much, much better than they had been, especially in the traditional media, he worries that there's an awful lot of uncertainty still at the CEO level, that CEOs look around, they're not sure where the economy's headed, and therefore they're a little reluctant to get wildly aggressive when it comes to spending. Is that what you've seen as well?
Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, I just met with Martin a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about this. You know, there is that trend I talked about, which was no planning last year. This year they're planning. They're not wildly planning. I think they're being very responsible, but the reality is they all know that they cut down to the minimum level, and they all need to start to come back, and I think that's what we're seeing. The question is, how far are they going to come back? And I think that was Martin's point, which, you know, he probably has the best viewpoint into, but we're happy that people are engaged in planning, and we think things are going to go in the right direction.
If things are going well at AOL and you're being able to sign some of these deals at terms that you think are very favorable, does that mean that AOL is going to be in a position to hiring? Where do things stand right now with your company?
Yeah, so we are basically a net acquirer of talent right now. We've hired a lot of people, hundreds of people in the company this year, and we're very happy. Some of the best employees in the world, I think, we've hired. Two is we are able to make more investments. I mean, we started the year with $100 million in cash in the bank spinning out of Time Warner. You know, we're over $500 million in the bank right now. We're making progress on the technology, on the systems, and really the organization of the company, and most importantly, our strategy to deliver great products and services to consumers and advertisers. So we are aggressively playing offense. AOL will be a player in the future of the internet, and you know, today is one step in that process. But you know, I just got back here from the office this morning. Our teams are in at 7 a.m. all summer. Most people canceled their summer vacations this year. You know,
Really?
the building is kind of shaking down there because people are working hard and engaged. And
Armstrong cracking the whip.
No kidding. You must be popular around the
By the way,
office.
where is Joe, by the way?
Joe is on vacation. He'll be back on Tuesday. He's been out for 2
Joe
weeks.
needs to be under our vacation policy. That
would
was not
agree.
approved. We did not approve Joe's vacation. So.
Tim, we're going to have you come join us for a little while, maybe crack some heads around here, too.
I'm happy to.
All right, Tim, thanks a lot for joining us. We really
Thanks.
appreciate your time.
Thanks.